Hey, wake up. Restream, wake up. Alright. Twitch is working. Restream is working. It just didn't realize that it was actually working. And now it realizes that it's actually working. And YouTube. Twitch working. YouTube working. Me working. Hi, guys. I'm back. Again. Like it or not. Hi. We'll continue. And this is where we left us. Find the person with the flaw in the Salutor is interested in. We're pretty sure it's Aborici, but that may just be a little bit too obvious, you know? It may not actually be Alberici. Seems likely, but it might not be. I have 2 points. That'll also give me a couple of healsies. I'm sure we'll get more points when we get our next Salutor here, which is why we're chasing Alberici. Yuritsi, I think. Debilitating wound. This one's going to give us 2 additional health. That one gives us 1 additional focus. Focus still has not been a problem. We will go with the health. Okay. Close that up. And out we go. To southern Srodmieci. That's the best I can manage.
Take a deep breath. That's the smell of Warsaw nightlife. Smell it, Victor. Relish it.
A bouquet of sweat, shit, and puke. And piss, thanks.
But it's Warsaw's piss and puke interwoven with the aroma of steadfastness and heroism.
I'm going to admire the view. Bar Lundinsky. They're changing the name on that, by the way. Let's see. We are here. We have a POI there. We'll go ahead and we'll grab that while we're here. Oh, this is the way we're going anyway. POI, a little more XP. We're checking out the obelisk. Obtained another thaumaturgy point.
Come on, you'll see the true face of Aborici. And maybe you'll even find what you're looking for here.
A broken bottle with blood spattered nearby. The hand that used the bottle as a weapon was driven by deliberate malice and the desire to have fun. There's no aggression there or desire to cause harm, just unadulterated stupidity. One hair, another, fresh blood covers them. This bottle hit someone's head. First it was emptied in the blink of an eye, and as soon as the opportunity arose, it was smashed on someone as an exquisite joke. Well, a joke, exquisite. We'll have to see. Aborici, not the most rational of individuals. We're going down. We appear to be going down. Well, I will read, and then I'm going to order some absinthe. Deadness, a poem. Blood, blood, the heart calls. The blade heeds and feeds. I choke on the blood. I search for love in blood. I search still. Absinthe. After downing the last glass, I saw a thick fog gather at my table, and from it emerged a beautiful woman clothed only in chains made of pearls and precious stones. I woke up almost instantly, I think, cradling a beautiful, almost naked broom in my arms. Well, we've all had those nights. Absinthe, the green fairy, as they called it. We've got a couple of more points of interest. Notebook. Inside, It states that it's the property of Alberici Constantius Nijic. This notebook is a vessel into which inspiration is poured, kept close to the heart, serving as its expression. The nib has pierced the paper in some places, so much excitation was in the poet's hand, a record of the pure passion that fills the owner. The pages of the notebook are inscribed from top to bottom. Some have been torn out, while others bear the marks of many erasures. Words, 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 including extremely flowery metaphors revealing the poet's sensitive soul. That's Aborizzi for you, I guess. I have another point here. Bloodstains on the table, a dried bloodstain in the wood that forms a pattern. What initially appears to be just a bloodstain is in fact a poem. One only has to peer deeper into what remains of it for one's attention to be drawn to the individual smudged words from which it is no longer possible to extract any meaning. Behind the mask of barbarism, the mask of a ruthless gangster conceals a truly sensitive soul. Torn between conflicting feelings, he balances on a thin line between beauty and ugliness, tenderness and violence. Confronting him with his inner chaos might reveal his flaw. Anything else in the room? Doesn't appear to be. Aborizzi.
Welcome to my world.
Meaning what? That they've got a guy tied up in the back here too, and they're about to threaten to drown him in the Vistula?
I see the positive mood of the neighborhood has infected you. Wonderful. But you guessed wrong, friend. Here, well, magic happens here. Thought is transformed into word, to penetrate the material and infuse the universe with tenderness. All right, let's drink, shall we?
A double barrel each, please.
People come here to tickle their palates with exquisite libations. Let's do a Milk of 83.
You're not messing around.
After years of begging and eating scraps off aristocratic tables, I'm not messing around.
You come here to get some fresh air away from the underworld?
I come here so I don't forget who I am. A poet.
Raise the subject of Lalek. Start talking about poetry. We can always raise the subject of Lalek later. Clearly, he has a poetic soul.
You've always had a silver tongue.
Don't I know it? Add to that a despicable past, and you've got all the ingredients for a poet.
True.
Now why are we sitting here instead of at your bar?
My lads, bless them, set me up a poetry reading once, but they're simple folk. They don't understand this poesy. They laughed when they should have cried. Cried when their hearts should have flooded with anger. I don't hold it against them.
They're just
My bar trades on its
buffoons.
reputation as a dive. That's how you make the most money.
I've acquired the knowledge or context required to give a response. Well, let's raise the subject of Lalek. That's the salutor that I am going to attempt to recruit.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Lelek is attached to you.
A demon following me around? Bullshit.
There are a lot of indications. Your personality, the things you do, and stuff like that.
I'd rather not have anyone sharing my head with me. Can you do something about it?
Oh, thank you.
I see it like this. You've always had some seed of madness inside you, but I don't think you've ever been so fucked up.
Beg pardon?
Question the poem written in blood.
I found your poem. Did you write it in your own blood or that of one of your victims?
Victims? The hell are you talking about? Of course it was mine. I sliced
would be
my
his,
veins
yes.
open for art. That's how committed I am.
More like desperate. No true poet needs to resort to gimmicks. He just needs ink, and the world will hear him.
Shit. One more word, and I'll forget about our friendship.
There's nothing to forget. Our friendship is just a figment of your sick imagination.
Is he going to punch me? I think he's going to punch me.
Stab me in the heart. It'll hurt less.
I know now that you're not the one Lelik is following.
You see? Even the devil can't touch me. He's come knocking a few times, but we've never managed to strike a deal.
And you'd surely be the perfect candidate for him. But only seemingly. So what? Should we continue our search?
Oh, Victor, lad. How that "we" tickles me. Come on. Of course we're continuing. We have to find that little brat of yours.
He may be older, but he's certainly not more mature. The Chamberlain of Chaos, the Minister of Wassa's vagary, and the Messenger of cirrhosis of the liver. With every sip of vodka, our passion grows, and the city becomes much more colorful. And it belongs to us. Back out into the night. It may be cold, but the vodka will protect us. Come, let's have a look at you. I'm guessing she might be a... Oh, you might say lady of the evening.
What? You give up, you piece of shit?
Yep.
Do you see what I see?
I see two morons wrestling with a lamppost. How you fellas doing? Who's winning?
It's a colossus, looking down its nose. Arrogant piece of... I swear it called us sons of bitches. Well, that would piss anyone off.
Salutor's presence. The Salutor's presence is so strong here, it wouldn't take much to lose one's head. Some people stop distinguishing reality from imagination and see danger. Even in inanimate objects, lanterns seem to be extremely dangerous enemies.
All in all, look at it this way about it. It is a little stuck up.
Well, that's true. If you look close enough at it, it could be enough to piss you off.
That's what I said.
You sure showed that lamppost what brave squatties you are. It's leading now, so you taught it a lesson.
Do my eyes deceive me, or are you vandalizing city property? Papers, please.
I'm going to end up fighting the policeman.
I think you must have a screw loose, gents. Different rules apply in the bar district.
No need to show your ID, Niedjit. We've already got a cell waiting for you.
Well, I don't think so. Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah, got me into a fight. Figures. Let's see. Alright. Let's check. Bloody Rejuvenation restores 4 for every enemy in the suffering state. Suffering. Debilitating wound. That's a tough one to give. I only have a couple things that can do that. Let's see. Exposure. Increases damage taken by 50%. Reduces accidental damage. I think we'll stick with what brung us. And see if we have any more problems. Alright, first things first. He's going to shoot. Inflicts damage and reduces focus. Casts team counterattack. They're both... Oh, he's doing both? I guess... Oh, okay, he's doing both. And then that is my friend. It's going to be giving him a hook. Let's see, we go over here. I can maybe interrupt his plan of attack. And we'll switch over to Bukovac to hit him really, really freaking hard. Next up is that guy. He's also going to hit with a team defense. Yeah. Okay, I dotted him up, so I expect he's going to end up falling over from the dot and the damage he's about to take from Bukovac. But first, we'll attempt to interrupt this guy's attack. There's Bukovac. Ow. Dick move. Yeah, 3 more turns, so he's going to bleed out on his own. We will swap over to... Well, I'm not sure what Veles has. By the way, I remembered where I knew Veles from. I mentioned last night that I knew there was a game somewhere that had a Veles in City of Heroes. The Skulls gang. Their leader is Chernobog, a Slavic version of the devil, but one of his underlings is Veles. So Veles has Venomous Smile, inflicts damage with a chance of interrupting. Slippery Bet, inflicts damage, restores 10 of my health points. Has a 50% chance to triple that amount. Each subsequent act will be less. Let's go ahead and send him in there, and for my Ooh, that was a nasty hit. My friend's not in good shape. That guy is about to fall over. And if I can interrupt, I'll interrupt him. And we'll change to back to Bukovac. Falls out from the dot, and that should finish the fight.
Well, you sure gave that the Cossack treatment.
And what? You guys were so worn out from fighting a lamppost that you didn't help?
It was fun to watch. Nijits and the magician in action. It's a fine sight. Time to keep an eye out for Dennis. He was injured in the fight with the Colossus and got lost. I think. Maybe the Ataman ended up at the Lockstock.
Where?
The Lock, Stock, and Barrel. This Ruski bar up the stairs here. Competition.
The night's still young. There's excitement ahead.
Let's follow them. Since I haven't yet found Lenek, that could be just where he is.
I'm going to save. Lelek Chase. Here's the tilted lamppost. Lamppost has traces of muddied soles on it. It seems that someone attempted to climb it. I have been drunk enough to try to climb something, but not a lamppost. And I wasn't the only or first one to try. Invitation. Anton Lazniewski is pleased to invite admirers of the art of painting to an exhibition during which he'll present a new series of paintings entitled Rebirth. It will be a creative reference to the Greek myth of Prometheus. The exhibition will take place on September, blah, 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 at 94 Marskalska Street, apartment 8. The paintings will be available to the public in the evenings for the next 2 weeks. And is that a hat? A Cossack's hat. A bloody hat. Inside is a label with the name Pasha sworn on it. It's no ordinary hat. It's a vessel for memories of true friendship and a comfort zone in which you can trust yourself, which you can just be yourself, now soiled, used to frantically staunch blood that gushed from a wound born of thoughtlessness, a trace is familiar from the reckless man. That's where we'll find Lelek. Lelek's influence seems to be spreading across the district, pushing people to engage in stupidity and recklessness. Well, you combine that with alcohol. Coupled with alcohol, causes them to do even more stupid and dangerous things, leaving plenty of blood in their wake. In order to find the person with a flaw, I must visit other establishments in the area. It is nice to know that I was correct, that it did seem a bit pat that the person with the flaw would be our old friend, Alberizzi. Oh, we got pickup. Propaganda brochure. The sewers of the city of Warsaw as a tool used by Judaism and charlatans to destroy Polish agriculture and exterminate the Slavic population by the Vistula River. Note that this is a historical game, and so they are attempting to be historically accurate, and this is the kind of crap you would have seen. The complete harmlessness of cloacal waste to humans is evidenced by the booming health of the workers, specifically those engaged in cleaning the lavatories and the suburban farmers who mostly rely on human fertilizers even during the spread of epidemic diseases. So what room is there for the existence of these disease-causing microbes? Good Lord. They're probably dreamed up in the empty heads of tabloid writers or the perverse brains of the ill-willed. Amidst the manure and hay, among the cattle and simpletons, the eternal wisdom has descended upon mankind. A mankind corrupted by the theories and doctrines of pure reason, by the devices and constructs of capitalism, by the skullduggery and extravagance of the Jews. And it used supernatural signs to guide the monarchs and the wise men to welcome the future savior of the world in poor Thatch in Bethlehem. Yes, this is about the era, I think, where you had the forging of, what is it, the something of Zion, a famous forgery put together that has been used as evidence for persecuting the Jews for over a century now. Protocols of the Elders of Zion, I think. If you're going to look it up on Wikipedia. Anything else about? Other than Alberizzi? Doesn't look like it.
Private party tonight, no riffraff.
Cheers, Ivan, my friend.
Mr. Niedzic, well, I've got clear instructions.
Don't be silly. It's a beautiful night out. Rare when we see stars over Warsaw. But now look. 1, 2. If you count them all, you'll know the extent of my gratitude.
Well, all right, go on in. I'm fond of you, Mr. Niedzic. I'm just doing my job.
You see? That's respect.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong in here. The Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Not just a movie.
This is what they call a private party?
Lelek.
What is this, a wake? Good thing we showed up.
Double barrel for me. Actually, make that 2.
Well, I'm going to wander around a bit. Whoops, we found something over here. What did we find? We found her. Shashka, an ornate Cossack saber. Evidently that wasn't her. It's set on the table in front of her, on the chair. The steel shines, and the handle is polished to a mirror sheen. People are not afforded as much love and care as this Shashka, which is cared for so painstakingly. There is something else here, a ritual in honor of the deceased, repeated reverently. It's a kiss laid just above the former owner's engraving after each polishing. And the trace is familiar from the reckless man, the one we are chasing, the one with the flaw. Letter to Danis. Dear Danis, I hope you're well. It is difficult for me to write this letter, but I want to open my heart to you and not hide the truth. I have long sensed that your affection for me has faded. You no longer write as often as you used to, and I haven't seen you for almost a year. I don't want to remain in uncertainty any longer, so I'm forced to break off our engagement. Be well and think of me from time to time, but don't write to me anymore. Olga. P.S. I am dictating these words to Father Olkin. He wishes to convey that you are no longer welcome in the village, but you could at least visit your mother. Lost letter. A crumpled letter addressed to Danis. The sender has informed him that she's through with him. The page knows the kaleidoscope of emotions flooding Danis' heart when he first read the words written here. Unbridled anger came first, eventually giving way to bitterness. Finally, suffering took hold, crowning the process of heartbreak. The trace is certain, and it belongs to Danis, whoever that may be. A pistol, a well-cared-for pistol with an ornate grip. Steel that's cold to the touch burns on the inside with a mixture of hope and fear. Hope that the cold of the metal pressed against one's temple will bring solace. Fear that, though the heart will stop beating, the soul will continue to suffer. The barrel pressed against his own temple, his finger on the trigger, and chaos in his heart, to shoot or not to shoot. Already the pressure on the trigger is increasing. So little is needed for the bullet to pierce the skull, and yet the finger's withdrawn. The barrel moves away from the temple. Again, definitely Danis. Balalaika, a worn-out instrument that Cossacks take on their travels. The strings have absorbed the memory of the melodies played on the balalaika, and the heaviness of the fingers plucking the strings reflects the wistfulness of the melody. And a two, the impish lightness is an expression of raunchy humor, and so it goes around and around. The soundboard is filled with longing and sad thoughts. They pour out and wander across the strings, regardless of the melodies played on them, no matter if the song is cheerful, good to dance to, or sorrowful. The memory stored in the instrument doesn't lie. Its head sees the world in shades of black. Trace certain again, Danis. Sower of chaos, unpredictable, reckless Danis, whose heart is filled with incomprehensible anger, hides his suffering, grief, and longing. Torn by conflicting emotions, he sows chaos and falls into extremes. His behavior stems from his broken heart, which has become his curse. It is he that Lelek has taken a fancy to. It is his flaw that I need to identify. I'm going to continue to wander around, and then I'll start talking to people once I have pretty much gone through all of the. Oh, we have my Salutor. I'll go with him in a second. I think I'll go with him. Upir. What do you have for me, Upir, my
He
friend?
doesn't think about what he's doing, and he doesn't care about the consequences, as if it's all in the name of fun. He couldn't cope with his broken heart, so he started tumbling further and further into the depths of chaos. I think Danius took the breakup with his fiancée really hard. Losing in love is driving him to irrational behavior.
Well,
Time to figure
I've
out
never
his
done
flaw
anything
and
irrational
catch
due to
him.
love.
I
Whoop.
wonder if he'll play Russian roulette with me.
Wow, that's a pretty big leap. That's Danis. We'll get to him in a minute. Timur, the two Cossacks.
Look at her all over him. I know how to make the most of being so popular.
Oh, nasz drug. Come sit with us.
Did I hear you talking about Danis?
Dennis and babes.
He
Babes.
talks a lot. Makes a big fuss around himself. But when push comes to shove, he leaves them hanging.
So them babes must like him.
Yeah, nothing for us to do except drink and enjoy one another's company.
You know Danis pretty well, right?
Yeah, what about it?
I take a professional interest in guys like him.
Eh,
You think I can ask you guys a couple of questions?
Let's see what you're after, wizard.
We'll start with Pasha's saber.
Who is Pasha?
Our buddy, from the same village as us, out past the Don River. We went through a lot together.
Pasha's dead. Leave it at that.
What actually happened to him?
We all stick close together, but when you're drunk, you get some weird ideas.
I can confirm that.
That damned Shashka of Pasha's was
Tomorrow
a
night,
thrill of
maybe.
war. One time, Danis and Pasha got tanked and started playing Russian roulette for it.
So, Danis clearly won. But that little saber of Pasha's doesn't make him feel triumph, more like love and concern. He really looks after it.
Hey, wizard. How come you're snooping around like this?
Pasha died a foolish death while playing Russian roulette with Danis. Both of them carelessly disregarded the consequences and didn't realize the veracity of the bullet. Reality claimed its dues and took Pasha, thus breaking Danis' heart, who lost a part of himself.
Who'd have thought that Danis was such a sensitive soul? Does he play the balalaika a lot?
Lately, he's been singing either about the Grim Reaper and Hellfire or rolling in the hay. You can't keep up with him.
He goes too heavy on the tearjerkers for my taste. Any more questions?
Yep.
Danis had a fiancée, but she dumped him. How come?
You know, he keeps his feelings to himself. But it hurt him. That's what I think.
Maybe she got sick of waiting. She had her pick of men in the village.
Attachment. Danis cherishes the memory of Pasha, surrounding himself with objects that belong to him. Danis obviously cared for Pasha. He also must have considered him more than just a friend. Pasha was close to Danis' heart. All that's left of him now are the memories enchanted within the objects that Danis carefully preserves. The Cossack is tormented over the death of the one who was more than a friend to him. Was it Pasha's death that spawned the flaw in him, or did he just expose it? Ask about Danis' pistol.
I've heard Danis likes playing Russian roulette.
He's such a bonehead. He never thinks about the trouble he'll get in.
Trouble? He won't get in trouble. He'll get
Better watch
dead.
your head when he's around.
I will confront them with the truth about Danis.
You know what I think? You're not being straight with me.
What?
I think Pasha and Danis were more than comrades in arms and blood brothers.
You're not being straight with me? That's
On
kind
top
of...
of that, I think that's why Danis' fiancée dumped him. People from your village kept giving her crap.
The fuck are you talking about? They were blood brothers, that's all. You'd love to find a buddy like that. Someone for better and for worse.
Calm down, I can see your faithful friends. I'd better go take a drag of Warsaw air.
If you like breathing through a straight nose, don't try any funny business.
Well, I guess let's talk with Danis. Ooh, mumbly peg.
Come on, don't make me beg. I'll fix up your head for no extra fee.
I'm in no hurry to go upstairs. I feel like a game. You up for one?
Me? Forget it. I have gorgeous hands. Everyone says so. You're not gonna carve them up with that shank.
What? You eavesdropping, magician?
Lock, stock and barrel, or the London bar?
The Demon's Den!
Thank you,
Fucking
Aparici.
survey? Are you spying for Nijits?
Sheer curiosity. I work for nobody. I'm the one in charge of...
Devils, I know. Get out of here. I can't stand the sight of you.
I found something that belongs to you. A letter. Is...
Hand that over. If you read it, you'll regret it. It's private.
Easy now, I just wanted to talk.
I don't have anything to talk about. Leave me alone.
Alright, we're going to play Russian roulette, it seems. That's my only option.
You're sitting there so quietly. How about a little game? You play Russian roulette here, lads? Or are you too soft?
Ha! Think you're harder than me? I eat Russian roulette for breakfast. Let's play.
Did someone say Russian roulette?
Show us what a tough guy you are, pretty boy.
6 chambers, 1 bullet. Ready to start?
Wait, Victor. Let's play with mine.
Huh. I'm gonna go with Aboritzis. Just a
Yours
feeling.
would do too.
It would be more interesting that way.
Does this remind you of anything?
My turn. It was nice knowing you guys. And you, Victor. If fate so ordains, we'll speak in hell. Well, 4 more.
My money was that Aboritzis is empty.
We're starting round 2.
Fight!
Is that how it was with Pasha? Do you wonder if you're going to wipe the remains of my brain off your face?
Shut your trap.
What? You shitting your pants? Gods of chaos, watch over me.
Well, theoretically, Dainius is screwed.
That's the end. We know what's waiting in the cylinder.
You brave enough to cross even that final boundary?
Enough, gentlemen. We were kidding around. Dice, there's nothing in there. I didn't load it.
Pasha ran out of luck and lost his shashka, right?
You're lying, Yejits. You're all lying. You think I'm scared of death? The sight of me makes the Grim Reaper quake in his boots.
Well, go ahead.
Watch carefully.
Lelek. Not the most attractive
Is that lovely song for me?
of salutors.
Don't stop. I'm enjoying listening.
So who am I going to have to fight to claim this one? Those are the 2 friends. The other two Cossacks. Let's see. Oh, no, I want to hold on to points because if I'm going to get Lalek, I'll be able to open that up. So, 23 and 20. Let's start the fight. Who's first? They're first. Oh, both coming from that one, and then take a beating. Oh, the other one's not getting anything off this turn, it looks like. Alright, so we're going to go with Bukovac. That's that one. I want Bukovac has a really good chance of finishing him off by himself. And I will attempt to interrupt his quick attack. Took away one of my focus, did you, Lelek? Yeah, he is going to go for the shallow cut and mournful tones. And he's going to try and give me a beating. focus. Oh, I was interrupted and my action was canceled. I didn't know that could happen. Evidently, that can happen. Alright, hit him hard enough that he goes down, Bukovac. No, not quite. Another focus gone. Alright, he's at 2. He is going to give me a shallow cut, and then reduce my focus. He is fortified. I don't know how the dot works against fortification if it avoids the fortification. So what I'm going to do is yeah, we'll disable his trait, and I'm going to finish him off. Alright, he's lost his fortified state. He's knocked out. I lose another focus. He's at 11. Another focus reduction. I'll try to interrupt him. First round. I expect we've got a round 2. We've got Danis. I don't know who she is. Oh, I see. And that's us reducing Lelek's numbers. I'm still at full health. The first attack is going to be a chop attack from him. Then a deceptive song, a stylish shot. Those are both coming from her. Alright, we will go back with Bukovac. That should take her out. And for me, I will attempt to interrupt this guy. He's the one who's about to... No, he's the one who's about to attack. Alright, him. Another reduction to my focus. Oh, good old Bukovac. We swap over to Upir. And we'll attempt a quick attack to prevent him from attacking. It did not work. I have no focus left. I have multiple bleeds on me. That's not great. I'm now vulnerable to strong attacks. Oh, that's what happens when you have no focus. Right. Alright, he's about to whack him, and I'm going to get healed. And he's going to go. So he is at 19. Nice 10-point heal. He's about to drop, so it seems. So, Vukovac can hit him with a Doom. He's down. Try to interrupt any attacks that he has coming. Vukovac. I have acquired a flaw, recklessness. Am I going to have to go talk with...
Enough of losing.
Rasputin, yep.
Rasputin will tame you.
The Thrill Seeker, or Trill Seeker, catch Lelek prowling the streets of southern thingy.
Bullets have no effect on me. The end will never come.
What are you talking about, Dennis? Let's get to drinking. The night's still young.
You don't understand. None of you. Leave me alone.
I don't want to hear another word. Get out!
Shut it, Selim, or I'll find a loaded piece and shoot you dead. Give me a second. To get my thoughts together, I have to.
Let's see, I've got multiple possibilities. Offer him an honest confession, force Danis to leave the bar, let him find solace in mourning, tell him it's time to suffer the consequences. A proud answer not only draws from my flaw, let's see. Offer him an honest confession.
Tell the truth. Only the truth will set you free. You and Pasha.
You weren't meant to dwell on this. And Dennis, keep your trap shut, Ataman!
I loved him. I loved Pasha. I still do. My own stupidity lost me the love of my life.
This is the wizard's fault. You're dead, you dog.
Hands to yourself, Selim. Enough arguing.
I'll defend my brother's honor to the death.
Selim, Timur, brothers. I haven't lost my honor yet, but I have found peace. Ataman.
Everybody get that? If any of you don't like what you're hearing, I can take care of you right now.
Come on, let's leave these scoundrels alone. We've got stuff to talk about. What a poetic experience. I can feel it in my bones, as if I were part of something grand, you know?
You carry an unloaded revolver?
I'm sick again.
Anybody can pull a trigger. I use it to smash heads. And balls.
And
But
balls.
tell me, did you catch the little sprat?
Yeah, I did.
That's why I
But it
look
wasn't
sick as a
easy.
dog.
It still isn't.
Was it worth it?
I don't know. At least now it won't be Lelek deciding Danis's fate. And that's always a good thing.
Anything that lets you sleep at night, friend.
Usually that's
Forget
vodka, I
sleep.
think.
Now I need hypnosis. Thanks for today, Aboditsa.
Oh no, hold on now. The night will end when I say so. Come here.
What do I care? Lead the way.
Well, yeah, I get that. At the end of the day, what heals the body and soul better than a double vodka? Eh?
Two? Two double vodkas? A quadruple vodka? I prefer
To us,
vanilla vodka
to you, to vodka.
with root beer.
Show her your demon, Vito.
It's not on my shoes.
Victor boy. Maybe you aren't at all such a prick as Satanisław was.
I've never been that drunk.
99 bottles standing on the wall.
Hey!
I'm gonna wake up. It'll be fine. I'll rub some dirt on it, walk it off. I look like death warmed
Well.
over.
Hello.
Hey there.
Sleeping Beauty.
My head's about to explode.
Is this where I learn
hell are
when
we
I learn
doing
where the
in
local
my
dump
house?
is?
The
Well.
front steps got the better of you. But Victor,
Several of the places have been
to hell
described
with
that way already.
What a night we had. Admit it. If you're looking for fun, do it with Niedzic.
Well, I admit, it was quite...
Quite schmite. It was spectacular. And we both know it.
We'd better get away from here, if Ligia finds us.
Ligia! And by what fault do your eyes burn red, hot, while your mouth is like honey? You trust overmuch in my virtue?
I see you're looking after our good name, brother.
Forgive me. It won't happen again.
Well, it probably will.
It won't. I'll make sure of that.
I can assure you, my darling sister, that next time I'll make it all the way to the door.
Can you make it home from here?
I'll make it
or
all
do
the
you
way to
need
the
a hand?
door.
But those 5 rubles, remember?
$5? What the hell do I owe you that much for?
My dear friend, I can't answer that question in the company of a lady.
Warsaw whores aren't that expensive. You two got bilked.
Victor, with each word, I find your sister more and more impressive. One way or another, I wouldn't like to have you as a creditor.
If I needed a loan, it was because I'm broke.
Then go fish around at home. A gold watch of Satanisław's would come in handy. He doesn't care anymore.
Satanisław? Here, from now on you can cover your own tabs. Maybe you'll even start paying for your own telegrams. And now, pardon me, but I have things to do in life. Once you've dragged yourself home, brother, I'd like a word with you.
All right, don't worry about it now. We'll have a chance to meet up. Next time, you're buying.
Next time?
So you think I'm done with you? One night like this is too little for us to be squared up. I know not why others stare, lest it's at our drinking fair.
I need to see Rasputin.
Okay, my perception is weakened. I have to pay a visit to Rasputin. Fortunately, I now know where he is. I figured that out, finally. He's near the cemetery. Pawatsky Cemetery. He's in Powitskawa. Powitskawa. Number 7. Powitskaya. Something like that. I believe it's around the corner. Yep, 7 Powatskawa. Any speakers of Slavic languages, I apologize for my butchery of Polish and Russian.
Yes, sir?
Please let me in. It's urgent.
You can't just turn up like this. What will I tell sir and madam?
It's Rasputin.
Fear not, I'm here for Rasputin.
Rasputin.
I can sense he's in the drawing room.
Same thing she said. Same conversation we had the last time I was here. Raspy bro!
It's good to see you. Although, I think I can already see what you need. Let's not waste time. How about that?
I look worse than I feel.
So then, what brings you here?
I feel pretty bad.
I wanted to ask you for another session.
Let me share something about your pace in hunting for salutors. Aren't you losing yourself too much in it? Again?
Is there something you want to tell me? Do you not want to help me anymore?
Nonsense. You can always count on me. I'm just worried. Close your eyes and focus on my words.
Okay.
Concentrate on my voice. Relax and focus within yourself. Follow my voice inside yourself.
Okay, I'm following your voice inside myself. Sweaty, pale-faced,
Where
red-eyed
is he?
me.
I don't see him, but I can sense.
Lelek?
So that's how you want to play.
That chirping of his is unbearable.
Do you hear him? Good. That means you can locate him. Point him out to me. Focus on his song and show me where he's hiding.
Pardon, I had to. Mining for nose gold.
You have him.
He's a looker. Taming Salutor Lelek.
You look better. You slept a long time.
Yes, it feels that way.
The same conversation the last time.
What year is it?
Still 19. Yet time flows on.
Have you seen the future again?
I don't know if it's the future. It could just be some symbols I don't know how to interpret. Heavy clouds drifting over battlefields, reaping a deadly harvest, and these faceless beings.
Big round eyes.
Walking among strangely contorted bodies, and the ship, unsinkable.
Okay,
Yet it went
that's
down
World
with
War One
thousands on
and
board.
gas attacks and the Titanic.
I feel as though I could have stopped it.
Did you watch me sleeping?
You still drool.
Well, don't we all sometimes, really?
I think I shouldn't abuse the Nadezhinsky's hospitality any further.
That distressed woman you mentioned, Svetlana. You know, I saw her in my vision. That surly maid brought me the gossip about her that was going around town. This Fiatuana is causing herself trouble.
What was this gossip, may I ask?
Nothing that would sully her in your eyes. She intrigued me. I'd like to meet her. And you know, I think she needs help.
Help? What do you want me to do?
Bring her to me. I won't keep you. Until next time.
To dust you shall return. Go to the Imperial Hotel to get Svetlana. Alright, we've got 4 points. We can now... A thoughtful development. Was that a headbutt? Looks like a headbutt. And icy armor lowers taken damage from every attack by 4. Well, I like that one already. Now we've got 1 point left. Not enough. It's not polite to stare. That's true. She's right. It's not polite. Yep, Southern Srodmieche. That's where the Imperial Hotel is, I think it is. We've got a POI, so that's a little bit more experience. I'll read that. Note with an advertisement. Men's tailor, Roch Dobrudsky, accepts all manner of tailoring work, offering the lowest possible rates. Expect thoroughness, tastefulness, and diligence from the start to finishing touch. 11 Prosna Street. Entry from the front. A sweet aftertaste with a hint of bitterness, a postcard from the overseas world where the song of heavenly birds meets the rattle of slave chains. All that from just a cup of cocoa. Well, that's the barber. Let's go to Southern Srodmieście. Pardon it, another yawn coming. All the talking, I think there's a correlation I've discovered in my almost 5 years of streaming now. I yawn a lot when I talk a lot. I'm not breathing enough, so that I'm not getting enough carbon dioxide out, and I yawn. Oh, something over here. No, remember, lessons at Andrzejewicz. Move to 6. A hastily written note that must have fallen out of a notebook. Lessons at Andrzejewicz apartment has been moved to 6. Okay. The Imperial Hotel. That's there, I do believe. Where am I? Where am I? I'm there. I need to run around the block. Well, that's locked. But then I don't need to go in that way. That's another admire the view. Guild Wars 2 Vistas. To dust you shall return. Another thaumaturgy point. So let's see. Bond of Speed. Salutor's next action will be 1 round faster. Or permanently increase focus by 1. And weakening reduces inflicted damage by 50%. Debilitating Wound. Permanently increases health by 2. Increases focus by 1. And speeds up my next action by 1. Then there we've got increases inflicted damage by 75%. Increases damage by 100% if they're suffering. That actually seems pretty good. And then here is health points and ice. Slows their actions. Interrupts an enemy's planned action if the enemy is suffering. Bloody Debt. Receives damage in the last round of the state's duration. Okay. Doubles inflicted damage or lowered focus if your focus is less than 6. Reduces focus 1 at the end of every round. Max 2 stacks. That one sounds pretty good. Another one that we get from Lalek. Into the Imperial. You know, just a quick lap around to make sure I'm not missing anything. There's one. Complaint. Dear sirs, I would like to inform you that my wife and I are forced to shorten our stay at the hotel if this situation doesn't change. Peaceful rest has recently become impossible here due to the noise coming almost all night, every day, from the flat on the first floor, where, as we have heard, Mr. Voronin lives. In addition, there are people of dubious provenance in the vicinity of this flat in the evenings. The only solution for people who care about peace and their reputation is to get far away from such excesses as soon as possible, which we'll have to do if you do not something about it. Yours sincerely, Alexander Ivanov. Uncle Voronin lives here? Locked, 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 locked. Suite 237.
Shut up, Snake. Did you think we wouldn't find out?
Идешь с нами.
Gotta shut the door. Garbage blew in.
Oh, I have an idea. Let's just fight. 4 of them? Excuse me, what the fuck? Alright, he's got a state. Unpredictability hinders prediction of the enemy's planned actions. I don't think I can beat these guys. That's just too many of them. He's also unpredictable. The guy back there is fortified. And he's unpredictable. I got trouble. Let's see what our options are that we get from Lalak. Protects you against states being inflicted on you in a given round. Reduces focus, removes all negative states from you and transfers them to an enemy. Reduces focus, interrupts an enemy planned if they are in the suffering state. And if they are out of focus, it does a boatload of damage. So, can I remove focus? I can. So, first things first, because if they weren't first, they wouldn't be first. Oh, he's fortified. Damn his eyes. Alright, how about him? We'll be able to bring him down the turn after that, I think. So, first up is action concealed by one of them. And then action concealed by that one. So, we're going to try to interrupt him, I think. That's going to last 5 rounds and do a bunch of damage to him, but not enough to take him out. damn it, I wanted to put that onto somebody else. Oh well. Next up is him. We'll try to make a quick attack and hopefully interrupt. Hopefully Bukarach. 10 and 11 and 10. I think he's on 1. I'm in deep dark trouble now, it turns out. How about Pier? The next attack coming is a concealed action. Concealed action. Lots and lots of concealed actions. So let's see. He's suffering, so he's going to take 4 points each round, 3 or 4 points, until hopefully he falls over. Although I doubt it. He's actually going to fall over. We need to save him for last. He's fortified. We need to take out the people we can take out when we can. Well, that was 14 points of healing. That helped. 14-point hit. Let's see, the next action is by one of those two, and then him. So I'm going to assume he's got the next action. Well, we can take him out. Let's see, if we go with him... Alright. And then I'm going to try to interrupt. Or try to hit him big. I'm going to try to interrupt. I am bleeding a lot. I think I'm gonna die. Truth be told, I think I'm gonna die. I think I misclicked again. Yeah, I did. I should have ended him, but I didn't because I misclicked. I think I lose. But I made a couple of mistakes, a couple of misclicks. I definitely lose. Yep. We'll try again. Second time I have lost a fight. I can't afford to make any mistakes this time, I don't think. Adjust the upgrades, let's see. So that's still got the interrupt, which I think we need. What do we got? Restores 4 points for every enemy in the suffering state. Lowers taken damage of every attack. Does it last for the whole time? Thoughtful development. I'll try that. All right. And we start with him. What does Veles have? Ah, that would have been good. I have a sneeze coming. Hold on. I did indeed sneeze. I'm feeling much better now. Let's see. Alright, if we're going to send Veles in and give them a good luck kiss. Meanwhile, I am going to interrupt him. If I can. He's at 11. And let's see. If I get lucky like that, he'll one-shot that guy. All right, that helped. We'll go to... We want Bukovac? I think we want Bukovac. On him. Should now be armored and take less damage. Like that. Back on the quick attack. He's got the Death's Head, which means, theoretically, I think Bukovac is going to finish him. Seems like that's a bit much, damage-wise. The next attack is coming from him. So I will quick attack. And hope to interrupt. Give it to him, Bukovac. That's giving it to him, all right. And now we swap over to Upir to hit him lightly, which will give me a big heal. It's a quick attack to hopefully interrupt him again. Ow. Things were going so well. Well, that healed me for 21. He's at 6. Lelek have again? Reduces focus. Interrupts if they're in the suffering state. I don't think they are, but we'll go with that anyway. Just so Veles can feel useful. Alright, we won the second time. Mostly thanks to that initial crit from Veles. That was Lelek, by the way, not Veles. Examine. Attacker's wallet. In the wallet of one of the attackers, I find the ID of an Okhrana officer. Oh, the secret police. That's Problematic, the attackers. I may be able to use the document for my own purposes. That's possible. Attacker's hat, threadbare but clean. The hat smells of a freshly printed tabloid. It boils with curiosity about the Sofia Scalon scandal. Because, after all, might Romanskayeva reveal a tidbit of information during the interrogation? Information that could be passed on to Governor General Scalon, and thus garner his favor. Yeah, I'll get back to her. Just want to make sure, I'm not missing anything in here. Hello.
No wonder, Grash. If you hadn't shown up here. I need a moment. Leave me.
I don't think so. Something continues to elude me. Keep searching.
Forgive me. I'll be back in a moment.
I missed something somewhere then. Oh, over here. Svetlana's letters, a bundle of letters from the Russian ambassador in Vienna. They contain criticism of the empire. The letters are covered with the hoarfrost of cold calculation. Its flowers blossom in a pattern on the sheets of the paper, pressing a thought as clear as a shard of ice. Hand over the letters to a superior, put a noose around the traitor's neck. Accept a promotion. Be appreciated, for once. The attack on Svetlana. The Okhrana officers came for Sofia Scalon, but stayed because of Svetlana's letters. Showing the correspondences to the authorities would have meant the noose for the aristocrat, bringing the officers one step closer to their coveted promotions. So long as they kept climbing that career ladder, the cost didn't matter. Just making sure that, nothing here in her bathing room.
Da.
Why are the Okhrana interested in you?
Why are the Okhrana after you?
Evidently, they got tired of sending threatening letters. Or maybe it's because my last soirée ended with a scandal about the Governor General's daughter. I think they're looking for someone to blame.
But you had nothing to do with what happened to Sofia.
I know, but how can you be sure?
Truth be told,
Yeah, Victor.
there was a wild salutator at the party. Anyway, if I hadn't caught him, then Samira...
Your father was right about you.
Don't you dare!
No, don't you dare. You're the one who caused the trouble, so you're going to arrange my safe transportation to Vienna. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. And now forgive me, but I have no intention of staying here a moment longer. Where may I await your return?
At the Nadarzyńskis.
Perfect. Can we leave immediately?
Come on, I'll hail you a carriage.
Wait, my travel chest. I never go anywhere without it. I'd feel safer if you rode with me to the Nadarzyńskis.
If I'm going to help you, I first have to visit the place where a friendship was born and more than one hope died, where the gods of chaos lounge amid the absinthe fumes.
Что?
I need to go to the London bar.
Just hurry, please.
Talk to Aborici at the London bar. Really? I wouldn't have expected that. Did I not already admire this view? Do I not get experience for that? I don't get experience for it? I didn't notice if I got experience for it the first time. Oh, let me check what else we have opened up here. Let's see. Lelek. In Kashubian, the name means fool. Leleks are small and unruly salutors drawn wherever there is music and various acts of recklessness, especially if someone dies in the process. Their trill is often a harbinger of imminent death. Flaws that Leleks are interested in are those related to excessive bravado, gullibility, and looking for conflict. My Lelek followed Danis, the Cossack, who defied death. He is effective at depriving enemies of focus. I can transfer my states onto them. Aborici? He used to be our third twin. We were inseparable. I'll spare you reading all of that. Luchan and Aniela Narazinski. Yep, and Danis. The London Bar and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Warsaw Anti-Thaumaturge Society. WAS, as they're known. Right. It's not in. It's not in this map. I think it's in. Oh, it is. Police station, locked. Point of interest. The London Bar. Okay. It's so easy to get lost in Warsaw. Oh, what? More XP. A hunting crop. A riding crop with a mahogany handle. A mahogany-colored handle, autumn leaves, a fox's bushy tail among the trees. The memory of autumn hunts is covered by dark clouds. Once every expedition was exciting, but now they become routine. Yet he must keep doing them to retain his place in the Count's circle of friends. Oh, poor baby. The Count won't want to be your friend no more. Yep. This is the London Bar, I think. Yep. Albrizzi. No. Just smoke particles, not the colorful particles that indicate a thing of interest to my perception. Abrizzi.
A few days, Mr. Digits. A few days. You see this guy?
Mr. Digits, I'll pay it back, I swear. They're running tomorrow at Nogoto Racetrack. I'll win. Deal?
We had one as long as you paid your dues.
I'm begging you.
Quit your bawling. You'll get tear stains on my rug. It's Persian. You look tired. Want a coffee?
Always glad for a coffee. Can I interrupt you for a second? I'm in a rush.
I'm just sorting something out with this cow face here who doesn't pay on time. Where should we start? Teeth or knees?
Please, don't let him. I only owe 12 rubles.
I'm not going to bother Abrizzi about this. It's his business.
You'll make it up to me. Every kopieka.
Yes, I'll repay it all. Thank you, Mr. Digit.
We're not saying goodbye yet. The boys will take you to stage 2 of our little chat. Get him out of here. So, how'd you take it? Black or cream and sugar?
Black, strong, no sugar.
Tell me what brings you here.
There's a certain woman who would like to disappear from Warsaw. Conventional transportation isn't an option.
What exactly do you mean by disappear?
I'm looking for safe and discreet transportation to Vienna. On the double quick.
Sadly, the ships can't help. That's not our line. Passport policy is a nightmare, and smuggling will get you the news. Not worth it. But I know a man, Javier something or other. Although finding him might be tricky.
You know anything more about this Javier fellow?
He's a legend. He smuggled socialists, contraband. Recently, he hid 7 kilos of TNT inside biographies on Scowan.
Why is he so hard to find?
Because he's the best at what he does.
You know where I can find him?
Thank the gods of chaos that you've got a great buddy like me. There are rumors going around that Javier's staying on one of the boats on the river. It's called the Malenka. I'd start there.
Thanks. I'll head off.
Not so fast. Have you been to Povishla since you got back from your travels?
I have visited it, evidently. Mention our youthful escapade in Povishla.
Yes, as it happens. A rather unique neighborhood. Fishermen, porters, and craftsmen, all trying to make ends meet.
Is that all you've noticed?
More or less.
Stuff goes on there that make your blood curdle. The locals can't stand outsiders and protect their own. Don't go around grilling random people.
Thanks. I can handle it from here.
Your coffee.
No, I'm not coffee. Go to Povishla and find Javier. Just checking, you know. Let's see, I'm there, and Povishla. I think the closest... Where... Oh yeah, the closest transport is over here. Apparently I have to get on this side. Povishla. And here we are. Moonshine bar, locked. Pawn shop, point of interest. Place of respite, a couple of locked doors. By the boat. Presumably I'll have to earn the right to go through one of those. Place of respite, locked. Brothel? Brothel? Do they have blackjack? It seems to me that the Moonshine Bar would probably be a good place to start. But we'll grab this point of interest first. We got another reference. I'm going to assume this is Javier. Oh, Povishla. Again, I'll spare you. If it's too long, I won't be reading it, as that doesn't make particularly fascinating viewing. Sometimes it's good to obscure your view with clouds of smoke. There's nothing worth looking at here anyway. Oh, I believe it wasn't Hemingway. Who was it? A woman is just a woman, but a good cigar is a smoke, I think is the quote. Not a particularly appealing and friendly point of view. Well, I'm actually being instructed I should go in this direction. Oh, I guess I didn't open Povishla. Povishla. It is not a particularly attractive part of town. I immediately feel warmth spreading throughout my body. I want to take a nap and wake up to the view of freshly filled platter in front of me. Those look dumplings, I'm going to guess. And that does seem... Oh, buy some pierogi. Yeah, I was right, pierogi, yeah. Immediately feel warmth spreading. Yeah, okay, that's the same thing. All right. Oh, interesting. It didn't vanish the first time. Ah, so we're getting closer now. There's something here. Sergeant Karash.
Excuse me, officer.
What do you mean, not allowed? Sergeant Kadash, folks gotta work there, feed their families.
We're conducting an operation.
More like farting around.
That too.
My taxpayer rubles are paying for you to chow down on herring.
Let me through to the wharf.
And what are you here for? What's going on here?
What's going on? Incompetence. The pigs had a weapons transport up and vanish on them, and now they're quaking in their boots.
You watch your mouth.
Nobody's getting in until we're through.
Missing arms shipment.
I'll keep my head down.
I'm going to save here before I do something stupid this time. I'm at the riverside. Yeah, after all, last time I got into something, it was 4 guys beating me up, and then the second time, me winning. Barely. So I'm going to show him the
Police are
ID.
conducting an operation in this vicinity. Sergeant Kalash, I'm here on official business.
Of course. Boys, let this gent through. Well, ain't they all chummy? What about us?
Well, certainly I can never get into any trouble using a stolen secret police ID. What could possibly go wrong? Can't help but wonder what the locals will now be a little friendly with the newest police officer in town. Yeah, that's certainly well, that appears to be all we've got. Let's check the barge. Javier's barge. Got a bed. Snuff box. A snuff box with coca leaves. Wow. Cocaine. It's an indisputable aid that someone can't do without. One's hand is instinctively guided toward the snuff box for support. Before any planned physical exertion, before a fight, when one needs a vigorous boost, or in the bedroom, when the situation calls for equally rigorous stimulation. Back before they had the little blue pill. Punching bag, battered handmade punching bag. Looks sturdy. 1, 2, 1, 2, drops of sweat trickle down his head, irritated by thought. Blows fall to their rhythm, precision, eagerness, and their readiness to improve. The blows struck with gloves left a clear trace on the bag. Pardon the yawn. It has the force of a rushing river, the unpredictability of a flood, and the joy of the first drops of spring rain. Bed. Sheets are strewn about tirelessly. The sheets bear traces of passion. I was wondering if we were going to go there, given what it said about his workouts and his ability to maintain. Blood-stained bandages. The sloppily thrown aside bandages bear traces of blood. The bandages were wrapped around healthy, strong, uninjured hands and only later got soaked in blood. The blood of an opponent who got his face punched in, losing several teeth in the process. Scattered clothes. The scattered clothes suggest someone lives here. Clothes thrown from the shoulders like ballast lie in various nooks and crannies of the lodging, waiting for someone to pick them up and put them on again. Dirty and crumpled as they are, whoever lives here doesn't exactly keep it spick and span. Javier has created a veritable bachelor's den for himself on the barge. This is where he lives, trains hard, celebrates victories in the company of women, or has them console him after losses. It seems that his life revolves around fighting. I should look around the neighborhood for a sports club or ring.
Looks like Javier trains.
He trains. In multiple locations in multiple fashions.
Enough of this very skeet. Say who you are, and what you're doing on my turf.
Ariel Rofe, or Rofe.
It's a little crude to shove your way into someone's head without asking. You don't have the guts to look me in the eye. It's better that way. We can talk as equals.
What are you making such a gavolt for? What do you want?
Let's see, admit I need a smuggler, admit I'm looking for Javier, ask about his salutor, say he didn't know anyone was guarding this place. That's a pride answer. I don't think there's the time for that.
I'm looking for Javier.
What for?
Let's say I need his services, urgently.
Is that all? I took you for someone else. I can introduce you to Javier. You interested?
I know Javier likes to fight, so should we head to the boxing ring?
Something like that. I see you've sniffed out what you can. Shall we?
Find out who he confused me with.
Who did you take me for, Ariel?
Nothing of interest to you. Internal neighborhood affairs.
Ah, okay, well, that's reasonable.
Lead the way. You sure changed your tune quickly.
Welcome to Provisla. Fighting first, hugging later. Ariel Rafe. Stick with me and they won't touch a hair on your head. Just don't come on Saturdays. Welcome to the dungeon, a mecca of gambling and violence. You see the box above the ring? I'll wait there. Make yourself comfortable. Put a bet on the fight. And come find me.
Again, perhaps I have learned my lesson, having gotten my ass kicked earlier this evening. Boxing. Javier's fight list. Red-Eye Waclav, beaten in the second round. Denis Volgan, yielded in the third round. I wonder if that... Oh, Denis, not Dani. Soup, a draw. Joaquin Hernandez won in the third round. Gordon Hermanas lost bet September 2nd. Barshik versus Soup. Barshik wins, rate 10 rubles. Signature X. Brochure. See the only spectacle of its kind in Warsaw. Gunmen and American Indians straight from the Wild West. Sitting Bull, the legendary American Indian chief, Sweet Annie Oakley, and the mighty Gordon sisters. Come and taste America. As an American, maybe don't. Betting, I think.
Place your bets, ladies and gents. Don't miss the chance to earn some dough. How about a bet?
Who's fighting?
You're awful twitchy. You want to scream or angling to rat us out? Who let you in here?
I came with Ariel Rofe.
If you're with Ariel, it's all hunky-dory. You're in our dungeon here, gent. No rules, no restraints. That's how we play around here. But you was asking who's fighting. Our pride and joy. A real canny lad from right here in Provisla. Barshik.
And in the other corner?
Everybody who wants to take him on. All of them against one. Sort of a local tradition.
Oh, is that what's going to end up happening with me? I bet.
Ain't you?
I'd like to bet on the fight.
On Barshik or on everybody else?
I'll bet on the local boy, although I think he's probably going to lose.
I'll put a ruble on Barshik.
Corking choice.
You take IOUs?
Sure, why not? Get writing.
Excuse me, are you ladies fighting here?
Yep, Bessie and Alice Gordon from Buffalo Bills. There a problem?
No, not at all. I'm
Yeah,
wondering
IOU's
how
never.
you ended up here.
Well, I think a lot of the world actually used to work that
We
way.
got a score to settle.
Ugh, sure do. With Barstick.
That fucker was going with me for a while. Only he didn't mention.
He was dating me too.
We're gonna jog his memory. American style.
With violence.
I see.
American style.
Good luck in the fight.
With violence. You know? Can't say that's entirely wrong. Boxing gloves, the name Bershik, has been embroidered around the wrists. A clear trace of thoughts can be seen on the gloves. Sometimes they're violent, sometimes they're gentle, like the current of a river. Trace Miller, a boxing lover. Anything else back here? Just gonna check. Doesn't look like it. Looks like there's something back there, though. Or over here. Over here. Familiar trace. The trace on the boxing gloves is the same one found on the punching bag on the barge. Barshik is Javier. Or the blood. Barshik got beaten by Javier. Barshik suffers from serious hip injury, but that's just one of his secrets. The trace on his gloves is identical to the one I found on the barge. Javier is Barshik. Okay, Barshik is Javier. Rofe's trying to make me look like a fool. And I put the money against him.
You're fretting, Ariel. His hips are fine.
Shouldn't you be at home right now with your husband?
And you, what are you doing here?
Barsi, meet Victor Shulsky. He has business with Javier, and he'll do anything to meet him.
I did. I bet on the locals.
Anything.
But that's right. I did. I bet on the local, which is Barshik, which is Javier.
Fantastic main attraction. What do you think?
Sorry, what?
What? A magician in the ring? Yeah.
Enough kidding around, Barshik. I know you are Javier.
Well, you almost impressed me.
Javier Sanchez Villaconejito Ramirez.
Now that we know you ain't just anybody, maybe you can show us if you're the real deal, or just some stiff from downtown. You getting in the ring?
All right.
Yeah, I like him. Señoras y señores, a slight change of plans. I won't be fighting.
I told you. Yep.
I know. Barshik is the best. But listen. Marcel and his brothers-in-law versus a son of Shurmirsha, a swell, a magician, Victor Shulsky.
In my coat?
Don't embarrass me.
Thanks. Your confidence in me is underwhelming. I think we're ready to fight. Alright, who's up first? Let's see. He's a big boy. He's prepping a counterattack, the guy on the right. And he's going to bash. So, I want to do a quick attack to interrupt him. But he's the one winding up for the big attack, right? So we're going to put Veles on him, I think. And see if Veles can get lucky. It'll either do 15 or 45. He's got defenses, though. He's got fortification on him. Right? Resistance. He's invulnerable to gaining negative states. Okay, I'm not going to be on much longer. I'm probably going to call it after this fight. But, you'll be able to grab it either on the VOD or on YouTube. Either will work. But now I want to know what you're having for dinner, because I always want to know what people are eating. So it reduces it by 40%, which means it will reduce it by 16 to... Well, if we get the crit, he's still going down. Meanwhile, I'm going to interrupt this guy, hopefully, with a quick attack. Now he's going to try to bash me. Reduces focus. Not good enough. Yeah, that'll work. No, it won't. He's not going to get the state attack because he's invincible. Or invulnerable. Hit him hard. Hit him for 45. He did it. One popped him. Ow. 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 Alright, we need Upir. Let's see, the next attack is coming from him. So I should be able to possibly interrupt it. Regardless, Upir will have time to hit him and heal me for 14. And I want to interrupt him if I can. 16-point heal. Hopefully that'll get me through. Why is he not down yet? My planned attack is going to go off, and that's going to hit him for 11 to 14. I have a sneeze coming.
Good, Victor. The crowd loves you.
They love to hate you. That's all right, too.
Give them time. Does Victor deserve the neighborhood's respect? Maybe the chicos from Fifth Alley will make mincemeat out of him. You can do it, Victor.
Let's get on with it. Who's next?
Straight from America. They box like a whirlwind and kiss like a dream. The Gordon sisters.
Fucker.
Try not to get them even more damn riled up. I'm only here for professional purposes.
A professional ass kicking.
So be it. Let's fight!
shit. How much more?
Come on, smile. Bueno, that's enough for him. Come on, you deserve it. Did you see him? Not such a weak chico after all.
How do you feel?
I'm in the mood to do business.
Tell me, gringo, how can Javier help you today?
I need a smuggler.
I know, Mago. Say what you need me to smuggle.
Who? One lady needs to discreetly leave the Russian partition and get to Vienna.
For how much?
How much do you need for this?
The costs of transportation, bribes, paperwork.
She can afford it. Let's just say she's quite far up in high society.
A rich chica wants to go to Vienna? Well, I don't know.
I'm sure somebody is looking for this Klafter. Otherwise, she'd get on a train.
If they catch us, it's la muerte para nuestros amigos.
However, fortune favors chutzpah after all.
Al diablo. The river giveth, the river taketh away. Vámonos.
So, what now?
Now go get the lady, and we'll meet at Port Praga at night. But tell that Klafter of yours that it ain't gonna be a tea party.
Adios.
Hold it, Tempermancer, for I am White Roman.
Pardon?
You are Victor Szulski, son of Śródmieście. Your family is famous for its powerful Tempermancers.
If you're a fan, I'm not one to give autographs.
I am a master of Tempermancy, White Roman, and I challenge you to a duel. Everything is at stake. The winner will be declared King of the Tempermancers.
I don't want to.
It is impossible to escape destiny. My power is still growing, and eventually you will have to face me. Farewell, Viktor Shulsky.
The things people come up with.
I sneezed. My apologies to anyone who's been watching for the last few minutes. I sneezed and forgot to unmute. Blame it on being an old man. Because I'm an old man. And the blinky light actually is very small.
Please let me in. It's urgent.
You can't just turn up like this.
Yes, I can.
Fear not.
I'm here for
I
rest
can
people.
sense.
Yeah. I get this every time. Invitations, a pile of invitations to tea parties. The Nadarinsky family. I've seen that before, though. I didn't get XP for it either. They're going to make me do that twice, you know. Pick up Svetlana.
Am I bothering you?
Not at all. I've just got a few people together who I can assist with their spiritual purification. Have you come to get our friend?
I'm taking her. We haven't got time.
Time is only a concept, but I understand.
Sure.
Good luck.
Time is a concept, guys.
I hope that you've had a hospitable stay.
You have unsettling friends, truly. The Nadazhinskis are reserved and boring, unlike that Grigory.
Rasputin.
What do you think of him?
I don't. I'd like to leave this place now, if possible.
We'd better get a move on.
Finally, don't forget my luggage.
Come on, it's time.
Right bank Warsaw is like the Wild West compared to the left bank.
Look around. This ain't a museum. Head down. That building in front of you. The entrance is around the corner.
You pick some very interesting people to work with.
What's that?
From now on, that's your problem. Entrance around the corner, right?
Alright, we've got a save. And I'm going to call it there, I think. We'll see if we can get her off, but not tomorrow. I think the next day or two, I'll play some other stuff. Probably Guild Wars 2, maybe a day, and some more Last Epoch in the next couple of days before I come back to this. And I do plan on coming back to this. But then who knows with me, my tiny little brain bouncing around in my skull like a BB in a coconut. But I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe. And regardless of what I'm playing, I expect I will likely be enjoying some adult spirits. As we have seen consumption of vodka in-game, you're likely to watch some, if you choose to return, see some imbibing of vodka out of game. My normal tipple will be, hopefully, in place. So, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I am still enjoying the game. I hope you are. And that's gonna do it. All right. Thanks again for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Hope the rest of your... Is it actually freaking Monday? It is. Good God. Your Monday night goes great, and I hope the rest of your week doesn't suck. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now.